Welcome to Just Koryzma, episode 35. I'm your host, Barry Koryzma, and joining me today is Tanner Swift. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great.
Yeah.
It's one day till Friday.
One day, yeah. It is Donut Day tomorrow, as what I call it.
Let's go donut day.
Let's go Donut Day.
I don't know what other places have. I hear some places have popcorn.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know where.
You know, like I've heard of this other place that you guys don't really like, but they have that bakery donuts. What is it? The Columbia Bakery donuts.
We sometimes go alone and get those really nice donuts for you guys.
This is true. Sometimes you guys get breakfast sandwiches, so I can't.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes Bill splurges.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's just like the good times.
Yeah.
But Tanner works at. Sorry, I was thinking Wesco.
Wanner.
Tanner works at a electrical distribution company. He wants to travel a fuck ton at some point in his life. I think he's already done quite a bit, but we'll dive into that. You know, this man gets it. He plays games. He's a smart boy. So how'd you get into like the electrical distribution area? Why did you just throw a resume out or like?
Oh, 100%.
100%, yeah.
Just went to the Wesco over in Burnaby.
Yep.
4 times in a row with a resume.
Oh yeah.
A guy behind there said, "Okay, I'm sick and tired of seeing you show up with a resume," and hired me.
Really?
I worked at Panago and I was doing a split shift and I hated that.
Right, makes sense, you know?
And I get off, there's a voicemail and I answer my phone and it's him saying, "Hey, call me." So I called him and he's just like, "You think you could get steel toe shoes and a pair of jeans by Monday?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." He's like, "Then you're hired."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, "Okay." So then I turn around, I look at Panago, and I'm just like, "Alright, well, I guess I'm going to give my 2 weeks." So then I turn around, walk back in, and my manager immediately knew, what was going down. He's like, "Alright, what days and what hours can you work?" And I'm just like, "Well, I can still work for you guys from, 6 to 11.
Like at night?
Yeah, so get off my first job and then go work there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, that'll work for us." So and I was like, for the first 2 weeks of Wesco, I was 8 to 4:30. Bolt home, change into a Panago outfit, make pizzas till 11, and basically sleep a little bit and then
go back to work. That's brutal.
And then on the weekends, I worked at a paintball field too.
Oh my gosh, you were hustling.
Oh man, those were some of the worst 2 weeks, but the paychecks were
when you get a paycheck from not 1, not 2, but 3
places.
You're like, yes.
Oh man.
Almost wishes you kept that other job for a while, didn't you?
No. The paintball place, yeah, because that was just dope. I mean,
you get to shoot for free, play for free.
Oh, I was a ref, so.
Oh, cool.
We'd switch off, and then if you wanted to, you could just go in and play.
Oh.
They pay for the lunches. And
free food.
Yeah, you get to play paintball all day. And you had a pistol on yourself, so if you saw somebody cheat,
you just go bang.
Bingo.
That's hilarious.
And it was pretty awesome.
That is so awesome. I'd be like, "Hey, boom!"
You're out, Gil.
That's actually awesome. How many times do you have to use that?
5 times actually. That's it.
That's not bad. Then how long were you there for?
Almost a whole summer, basically from April till November, and then they shut down all winter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
And that's honestly, that's why I got a job at Panago. Dude's just "Yeah, might want to get another job because we're shutting down soon." And I was like, "Okay."
Makes sense though. But yes, okay, that's actually not bad. 5, in that, I guess 9 months that you only had to shoot 5 kids.
People.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times where it's I broke up fights. I saw a guy break his leg,
actually
legit jumped from a bunker, landed on his leg, broke it, and then our manager's like, "Oh no, he's fine, just walk off." And me and the other ref are like, "No, we gotta call this." So we called the game off, and we helped the kid out, and he actually had to get picked up by an ambulance to go to the hospital.
Oh my gosh!
Snapped the leg in half. I was like, "Whoa."
That must have been gross to see.
It was you could hear something go wrong, and he just started screaming, and I'm just like, ooh. And he was 11 years old, but we calmed him down, and at the end, his mom came and gave us gifts and stuff, saying
thank you,
thanks for actually calling everything off and making sure he was safe.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. And then he was back right on the second last day I was there. He was playing.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, whew.
This man's a trooper.
Yeah. He just got his cast off, and the first thing he was doing was like, I'm gonna go play paintball. It's like
legendary.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So then, yeah, coming back to Wesco. So why were you interested in Wesco?
Well, it's just my dad used to work at Wesco here in Nanaimo.
Yep.
And he worked at like electrical places, and then he did like his career. And I was just like, you know what? He hasn't had a bad life so far, so let's try and get into Wesco. So it took him a few months, or actually a few years, to get to like counter and stuff.
Okay.
So my goal was like to get there quicker than him.
And you did.
Oh yeah, like 3 months, and I was at
yeah,
the counter.
you're in the
like,
counter.
All right. And that story, it was actually they had like a product truck, which they would bring product in a truck.
Okay.
And normally they'd serve food.
Oh, okay.
So everybody could go out and like get food.
Right.
So I'm out there, and the manager upstairs is like, this is my second bowl. Like, they had soup, so I was going for a second.
Oh, smart.
And you have to walk through the truck in order to get the soup, so I just kind of swapped out different jackets. And I walked him through, and he's like, are you interested in this stuff? I'm like, yeah, totally, because I'm not going to say, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just here for soup, but I was like, yeah, for sure, like, it'd be cool to learn. And then I get my soup and go back, and then like a week later he comes down and he's like, all right, so since you said you were interested in that truck, like, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to go to the counter.
Just like, was like, you know what, nope, can't lose this man. Like,
And I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, oh crap, I just wanted soup.
like, yeah, like,
And then yeah, I've just kind of like worked up,
nice.
so it kind of worked out well.
Worked out very well. I mean, like, you didn't, I could get it, you don't want to get the soup guy mad, because then he's going to start screaming at you like Seinfeld, no soup for you.
And I was hungry, so I mean.
Exactly. Yeah, like food.
Yeah.
Takes a bowl of soup.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I've gotten this far in Wesco. It's just that and a whole lot of, working way up.
Yeah, you're a good worker. I see this man at least almost 3 times
Yeah,
a day.
I
feel like
today was like
four times.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, no, he works hard. He's good. So then, like, so you obviously like it there.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, so you like, is that your goal? Is kind of just keep working there and like keep moving up? You're gonna eventually take over the manager's position. Tell him to take a hike.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to manage people there, but
maybe another store.
Just work up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always opportunities. People have to retire or quit, or move on,
or just never show up. Just like
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's always shuffling.
Yeah,
so.
sure.
It's not a bad place, and I mean, I get paid, which is always good.
This is always very good. Yeah.
I mean, I've never once worked there and been like, oh, I don't think I got hours this week. Crap.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's the nice thing about the wholesalers. Like, as long as the work's there, even if it's slow, people still need to come get material, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, there's still. It's almost like a grocery store in the sense. Like, people still need to come get their stuff. So.
Except for I'm there all day, and it's like. I dictate when we open and I dictate when we close, so.
Pretty much, because you're the guy. He's the man.
So it's nice. Like, yeah. Wow. I want to open up at 7 today.
I want to open up at 7. So could you just like show up at 6:30 and just be there?
Oh, I sometimes am, and I'm eating my breakfast, so if you're ever in.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll like message you.
I'm usually not very that early, but I do go get my breakfast and I do sit in the office and eat.
Okay.
So.
This guy's a go-getter. So then, what's probably like your favorite part about it? Like the whole, like not like, just like the job in general.
Just the new stuff that comes out, like
all like the new like electrical equipment. And
well, I think it's just like you look at, like when I first started, there was no USB receptacles. Like that was like
that's cool.
That's out of there. Like if you bought that was a $60 plug.
Like that's and
you're just like, oh, like that guy's rich. And then now it's almost mainstay, like people have to have those, or we now have these things where you push down on it, goes on a desk and you push down, and what pops up is like plugs, USBs, you got an HDMI port, and it's just I think it's kind of cool seeing expensive but interesting stuff like that.
I find that like the pop-up plugs, I find that the pops never really work very well. Like they're always garbage. Like you're sitting there. I think one time I had to like literally bop it with a screwdriver, and it was like, I'm like, Oh, okay. Like now you come up.
Yeah. No, we just bought some of these stainless steel ones. And they
Oh,
look
yeah.
so nice.
Oh, I bet.
But
I mean,
it's still.
yeah.
It's. I think they were pretty expensive, but they were. If you were at an airport and you saw that compared to like something cheesy, I mean, it's just an experience.
Yeah, true.
You just think about it and you're like, okay. Or even in a school.
Yeah.
On a desk.
True. That'd actually be pretty bomb. Teachers would be like, yo, plugs their phone, like do whatever they need to do.
We had these things that would go up into the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then the teachers would push a button and the projectors would come down from the ceiling.
That's cool.
And shoot at the thing. And I just thought, I was like, whoa. When I was in school, it was like
projectors.
Yeah,
like,
bring out the projector
out.
and then flip a page 6 times before it's like projected properly on that, and then you'd mark up that.
And you mark it up, then you gotta like clean the damn thing, and then you're like, all right, let's do the next
Spray.
thing. Yeah, it's classic. You can always watch them spray it. You see the water hit the thing. And you're like,
I was like, whoa.
Well, it's like 3-dimensional.
But now it's like kids have laptops on their tables.
Yeah, like they're just like bring out the tablet. And they're like, all right, I got the notes. Let's go. It's like,
Or they just record it.
do they?
Yeah, like some kids will record their teacher talking and just take notes later.
I mean,
Hey,
but if you want to listen to the lecture twice, by all means.
well, that's the thing. Like they just record it and then they'll re-listen to it and take the highlights out because obviously some professors drag on.
Yeah, this is true though. I mean, like it's smart.
Or we have now you can get Siri or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You can talk into her, and then it just types it all out on your phone.
Oh yeah, I love. I mean, I don't use it as much as I would love to, but like I've literally sat there when I was like at my old job, and then I'd sit there in like the cooler, and I'd just sit there and I'd talk into my phone, and like it would write my message, and I'd reread it, and I have to correct like a handful of things, and then I just instead of having to like press 1,000 buttons or whatever, like
you just say a paragraph in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
That looks good enough.
Good enough, Sam. They can decode it, you know, like. So then, is there any like bad parts? Like, any like what are like kind of like not like about like the company, but like what kind of like things that kind of pissed you off over the years? Like, was it just like customers coming in, like certain customers? Like, you've probably gotten an angry customer or two over the years. Or like
probably the worst story with a customer I have to say, this guy, he apparently, and I still think this is kind of baloney. So he came from Kelowna, which is like 4 or 5 hours away from where
from Burnaby.
Yeah. So it's a long drive.
It's a trek, yeah.
And I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't think anybody would do this. I mean, he's like asking me if we have a certain thing, and then he's saying somebody said that we did. I'm just like, no, we don't.
Why wouldn't you just call ahead?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I understand if you called ahead and got somebody to organize.
Yeah, totally.
But no call, and it's just like, sorry, man, we don't have it. And he just got irate. That's the only time I've ever had like a customer swear at me, and I'm just like, I don't get angry, so it's like a weird feeling. I'm just like, what are you up to? I'm like, you can just leave, like.
Yeah, like.
I straight up said it. I said, yelling at me is not making your thing appear. And then, like, a couple of electricians who were actually there were, like, basically telling the guy, like, if you don't leave, we're going to have to take you out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm glad they have my back.
At least, yeah.
I don't know who this guy is.
Like,
you're coming from Kelowna, you think you would check.
Well, yes, if it's that far, like, for that far of a drive, like, you definitely want to call ahead. It's not just
I'd be, like, going Vic to here.
Yeah, and be like...
Just blindfolded, thinking
like,
we're going to have it.
I heard you guys had this, like, you know... any product, like...
And it's like, no, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, what?
And then being shocked is like, well, you drove.
Like, we have a phone number. Like, you can call us.
So 21st century, there's an amazing thing called cellular phones.
Yeah, exactly, right? You can Google things while you're out and phone ahead. It's just like, come on.
I think that's the only time I mean, there's a few guys that get hot-headed, but that's...
But, like, yeah, nothing like...
I mean, I can understand sometimes why people get angry, like, if we don't have something or if, you know, it's the wrong thing. I totally understand that. It's no different from if I went to Best Buy and ordered something. I'm not going to be pleased about it.
No, but, I mean, you don't have to yell and scream, because obviously it's not going to change anything. You just got to be like, okay, like, can you guys fix it? Or, like, what can you do? Like, what can you do to, like, fix the problem?
Bingo. And I think... that's kind of how I feel. Is I've never gotten angry because, I mean, what's the point?
Well,
Yelling at somebody is not going to make something appear.
And like getting angry doesn't help anything. Like it's just like
you just look kind of like a tool.
Oh yeah, you just look stupid because like you're screaming and then the person like you're screaming at is just like looking at you, and then you're just like, then you feel like you look like the bad guy. There's no. Like unless like there's no situation in like where you're yelling at like either the customer or like the employee that you're gonna look like the good guy.
No, it's just you're standing there like
thanks.
I caused it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, this one time, this guy got mad at me because like we didn't have large lemons at the grocery store, because they were like, "You guys are advertising large lemons," and they're like, I guess like this big, and he's like, "This is bullshit," and just like hums the lemons, like throws them back on the lemons, and I'm like, "Have a good day," like bye. And then like everyone else was like looking at me like they're like, "What is with that guy?" I'm like, "You're telling me, man." Like
working at a bakery before Wesco, somebody wanted gluten-free bread. I don't know if it was dietary. I don't know if it was like health reason.
Yeah.
Gluten-free bread. So I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, we don't have any. This was before it was big.
Yeah.
And they got irate. So then I was kind of being a smart ass, and I was like, do you even know what gluten is? Because it's just me. I'm just like...
just like a little bugger.
I'm like, yeah, do you know what gluten is? No, but I'm on this diet. And I'm just like, oh.
You're one of those.
I'm like, our normal bread has no gluten in it. Because no ingredient's going to say gluten.
At the time, yeah.
It's not going to say gluten. It may say gluten-free on a bread, but if you buy like a loaf of bread, nowhere in the ingredients is it going to say gluten. Like back then.
Yeah.
So I told her, I'm like, oh, our white bread's gluten-free. It's not gluten-free. And she didn't come back. And then she came back like a month later when we had gluten-free bread. And she grabbed the non-gluten-free bread, and then she grabbed the gluten-free bread, and came and asked me again. And I'm like, I knew it was this person, because you don't forget. You don't forget those people who are like irate about you. You're like, okay, I remember you. And I'm like, oh no, I think we're pretty much same. She's like, yeah, but the greens are a little bit different. I'm like, oh yeah, that one's like wheat-free, and that one's not.
Just like anything, right? Just to like razzle.
She's like, oh, okay. I think I'll stick with this one. She has like the white bread. Not the gluten-free bread,
says gluten-free on it.
And I'm just like, oh, I love diets.
I love diets. Every day's a cheat day with my life.
So I was like, oh, that's great.
Tanner.
Yeah.
This is the part of the show called the motivational moment.
Okay.
So how would you describe your passion in 5 words or less?
Like what passion?
I already asked you. I know you know. What is your passion? What is your motivation, you know?
I have a great, this little thing I picked up traveling wise, and it's called you collect the moment, not the things.
Okay.
So collect moments, not, and then it's like not things.
Yeah.
So instead of being possessive about okay, I've got the biggest TV. It's collect the moments you have before you start.
Yeah.
Materialistic.
For sure. Right, and enjoy the moments, enjoy what you're experiencing.
Exactly. You go to somebody's house and let's say you're having a killer party.
Yeah.
They may not have that, 80-inch TV, but they have a table that you can play beer pong on.
And beer pong's pretty
exactly.
Good, right?
So,
you may go on a hot streak and win 4 games in a row. That's quality memory, You'd be like, I don't remember half the games, but I remember winning 4.
And in the end of it, it's you don't remember. Oh yeah, my guy had a nice TV.
Yeah, well, exactly, right. Who cares? When people are there, enjoying the moment, they're you don't go to buddy's house and be like, yeah, nice TV, and that's the only reason I go to your house. So it's no, you go there to hang out and enjoy the time, right? Totally, that's awesome.
So that's kind of the thing I live off of.
Smart.
And it's just I've seen people. I was in Italy once and I saw somebody go into a Gucci store, buy an $1,100 handbag.
Oh my gosh!
You know what happened 2 days later? She forgot it somewhere. So in my personal opinion, if you just were there to enjoy the trip and not spend so much on something expensive, now she's $1,100 drain and she's not having a good time because of that.
This is true.
So if you didn't buy that bag, you'd have a good time.
And you'd have $1,100 more.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why I just buy video games.
Exactly.
No downsides, you know? Enjoying the moments.
Exactly.
Like tonight, when I'm playing Resident Evil 2, I will be enjoying it so much because hopefully my girlfriend watches because she will scream and it'll be awesome. We played like the one-shot demo. She got very scared.
How about PT?
This is a funny story. She like needed like there was like something that didn't download, so she like deleted something off my hard drive. It was PT.
Oh no!
I gave her a hard time, but like it's like what like honestly though after the first time I played it, never played it again.
No, I mean
it's just it was literally like the principle of why I had it on. I'm like, oh, you can't download it again, so I'm not gonna delete it. But now that it's gone, I'm like, my life has not changed.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
Like I could have played it.
I could have let somebody else play it.
But whatever, it really wasn't a big deal. I just like to razz her about it, and she knows. And even like my one roommate like knows. It's like, no, that was not something you should have deleted. But it's like whatever. I'm not upset.
Out of all the things though, you think you're given so many different choices.
Oh yeah, but I mean like it was probably the time I had like all these other games where I'm like, don't delete them, and then she's like, I need something to get rid of. I don't know what she was doing. I think it was like a Fortnite update, so you know I can respect the decision. You know, like
what's more, yeah, totem pole it.
Exactly, like Fortnite, she's at the top for some reason. Still there, always will be. You know, like that's cool. So you do a lot of traveling. So
yeah,
how often do you travel?
Usually twice a year I try.
Are you trying to go somewhere new every time?
Yeah, I usually do. This year might be the only exception. I'm kind of recouping cash flow.
Fair enough.
But last year I went to Vegas and I went to Spain.
That's cool.
And that was pretty awesome. And then the year before I went to Mexico and China.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
So you've been like everywhere.
I've been quite a few places.
So then where if you've been what's your top 5?
Like to go or been?
Been. We'll do both. I want to hear both.
Okay, so China was definitely in my top 5. Same with Scotland and Italy. Vegas for sure because I'm going back.
Oh, okay.
And I have to say Cuba.
Cuba, okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Ray's gonna like it out there, isn't he?
Yeah.
The bugger.
I know.
And he's going for pretense, so he doesn't go completely just like.
Oh, I know he's not gonna experience getting burnt, and I feel really mad about that. Like if you're gonna go untanned, complete Canadian.
Go burn, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like he was saying that today. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for my tan today." I'm like, "Oh, don't get burnt on your tan." Cause he's like, "Oh, I was in there for 5 minutes." When 6 minutes you could burn.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
People go for 13 minutes in those guys.
I know, but those are people with pre-tan.
Yeah, they've already they've built their tans up. I go for 2 minutes, and then now I go for 15. You know, it's cool. So why were those 5 so why are they the top 5?
Just as I said,
just
moments,
the moments.
Yeah. China I had a pretty awesome roommate.
Okay, yeah.
He was from England, so it was total cultural difference.
Oh yeah, almost
yeah,
similar but very different.
So they had words that I've never heard of, and they think I'm making up words and places and stuff. So it was just interesting, being roommates and for the whole trip and basically partying.
Yeah.
In China too, so it was weird because you don't think of China as a place, but it was cheap everything. But it was
cool.
Still cool to go see some of the cultural stuff. We went to tons of we saw Buddhist temples. That was a big thing. Every 3 seconds we'd be at some Buddhist temple.
Okay.
We're seeing some Buddha, which it was cool. We saw some of the biggest Buddhas in the world. And then obviously the Great Wall and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just moments in all those places. Certain things happened where it was pretty awesome.
That's so awesome.
So.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
So now, where are the top 5 you're hoping to go to aside from Vegas again?
Yeah, I was gonna say this. I'm going to Vegas already, but I want to see Japan.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think Japan would be kind of a pretty cool place to go.
Very techie.
Yeah, I love sushi too.
Okay, I'm not a big sushi guy.
Oh, okay, so that's kind of a main, but also seeing some of the old like World War II places.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, just like in Germany, we saw some of the concentration camps, which was pretty eerie, but it was a big eye opener at the same time.
For sure.
So it's got both sides to it. Same with a lot of the places in England and like just different war places. I'm into history, so
that's cool. It's
I
always
like seeing that stuff.
It's always nice because you can like appreciate, be like, this, like appreciate what we have, right? Like
exactly.
Like
so
we're lucky we're not in like World War III or IV right now. Like.
Oh yeah, totally, and that's the thing. Like going to a place like Germany and seeing how big some of the concentration camps are, and you're just thinking, wow, like it's unbelievable. At the same time, it's pretty sad. Like
yeah,
think
totally.
About it. So both places are interesting, but yeah, I'm just totally into history and seeing cool. Like I was huge in geography, so seeing different kinds of landscapes too.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing. Like I'm planning on going to do a Scandinavia trip where it's like Finland, Sweden, Denmark, I mean Russia, Poland.
Okay.
So
that's
one,
cool.
I think that one's gonna be probably. It's gonna turn into one of the best because I'm actually going with friends I know. So it's kind of biased, but all my trips, except for like 2, I've actually just gone by myself.
Okay.
Without knowing people.
Just like I'll go for it.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean, I've only traveled once, and I've only like outside of BC, and it was by myself. But like I always hear, when you travel by yourself compared to when you travel with friends, it's a much different experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like travel like by yourself, you know, you can kind of do what you want, which is cool. But at the same time, you know, it forces you to also be social, and you have to go meet people and do all that kind of stuff, and then you kind of get to experience other things. But then when you're with your friends, you know, you guys get to like, oh, let's do this together, and then you just create those memories, right? Like it's just a good time.
And I find my friends have different tastes than me.
Yeah.
So like going to China, that was basically, or even Spain. So in Spain, just last year, I just went by myself, and was in a group, and I've never been one to really start drinking hard at like 9, but I was with a bunch of Aussies, and we're late 50s, and I'm just
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna try and give these guys hammered before 11. So anytime we had a break away from like the group or tour, I'd always like be like, oh guys, you know what time it is? And they'd be like, what? I'm like, it's beer o'clock.
Beer o'clock.
And we'd hit the bar, and it would just be like, you know, €2 for a big pint. So I'd buy everybody a drink. And I think the worst, we were all pretty, like we weren't hammered, but we were like feeling it by like 10 a.m.
That's awesome.
And there was one night I got everybody hammered. I forget where we were at, like some sangria drinking, you know, dance recital thing. But it was like pints of sangria, and we just kept drinking pint after pint.
Yeah.
And we got everybody on the bus, and we started singing Sweet Caroline.
Oh my gosh.
And I told my girlfriend, I made her a bet. I'm like, I bet you I can get everybody on the bus to sing Sweet Caroline by the end of a trip. She's like, no, you won't. And I'm like, oh, yes, I will.
Hey, if everyone's drinking and someone starts singing, someone's gonna be like, oh, I love that song. And then it catches like wildfire, right?
I'm like, I told the driver, I'm like, you got Neil Diamond? Yeah. Okay, play it. So then it starts playing, and everybody just jumps. I'm like,
boom.
I'm like, and then I'm like recording it. I'm like, that's a win.
That's definitely a win. That's awesome.
So
yeah, it's like one of those songs that you just sing. It's like when people get excited about "Don't Stop Believing."
Oh yeah.
Or like, you know, everyone just gets fired up when they hear those songs, right? So like everyone immediately starts singing.
It's one of those songs where even if you have never heard it or don't know the lyrics, it's so simple you can
pick it up.
on.
Yeah. And like because they're not fast sung songs, so you can definitely understand all the lyrics, and then it's just repeated, and then you're just like, all right, this makes sense.
Yeah, you hear it about twice, and you're like, oh yeah, I know that whole song.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're like, yeah.
You just mumble through the other parts.
Exactly.
And sweet.
Exactly, man.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
But you never got back. What were the other 4 places you want to go to?
Oh, I'd like to go to Russia. I think that would be pretty cool to go to. So that's obviously
on the Scandinavian one.
Australia and New Zealand. I pair those together because I'm not going to go down there and not see one or the other.
Yeah.
And then I like to see Southeast Asia, like Thailand or Cambodia.
Okay, yeah.
I think those would be cool. And then maybe end it off with like Egypt or South Africa.
That's cool.
Just to see like either pyramids or crazy like jungle animal things.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Those are kind of like the top four, but as I said, it's gonna be basically years of saving.
Yeah. Like when you go, how long do you usually go for?
Actually, I have a flight. If my flight is over 8 hours, I want to be there for at least 2 weeks.
I mean, it makes sense because I mean, like you're taking like it's basically you're giving up
hours,
to
fly.
You're giving up a day to fly, and so I mean, you don't want to just like be there for like a week. It's gonna like you basically lose 2 days with the flights, right?
So 5 days.
Yeah, so you get 5 days, but I mean, you can get 12. That's much better.
So, the China trip was almost a month.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how I pulled that one off. Let's go. It baffles me that they let me go to Mexico the same year too.
Oh, really?
So I still don't know how I pulled that one off.
That's awesome.
And then even last year, like I was in Vegas for a week, and then I went to Spain for 3 weeks, and I still had days at the end of it. I'm like, well, okay, sure.
That's awesome.
So I don't know.
You're a legend.
I don't know if it's keeping track, and I hope not.
That's awesome, man.
So
that's cool.
But yeah,
traveling is awesome.
That's one of the things. I just think it's experience.
It's expensive, but it's experience.
The one thing I can say is it's something you buy that lasts forever.
Literally.
Yeah, you're not gonna forget. Well, I mean, there's certain things.
Yeah.
But I mean, even they've shown like people who have gone traveling. If you show them a picture, it still somehow clicks.
It'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when I was there, and then they'll start listing off stories, and then you'll be like, oh wow, like this person's like, this is like actual experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you just kind of reminisce, like, ha, good times. I should go back there.
Exactly.
And then you never do.
That's like the worst is, oh man, I'd love to go back there. I mean, you remember, oh, but that was expensive.
So that was, my bank account would not like me.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, Tanner, I just wanted to thank you for coming on the show.
No, thank you.
Where can the people find you? Like, you got the gram or like?
I do have Instagram. I don't know what my actual Instagram name is, but I think it's just Tanner HS.
HS? Okay.
That's about it.
We'll find it, and then I'll put it under below.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Sounds good.
You can find me at Just Koryzma on like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you like the show, hit that subscribe button. Check out the other episodes. They're all great. And check out the other shows. You got the Full of Koryzma and Rumble in the Jungle. So get excited, and don't forget, share, like, comment, all that jazz. And thank you. We'll see you guys next time.